Welcome back to another exciting episode of FlawlessDreams Radio Show with your girl, Lily the Goddess. Thank you so much for joining me this awesome Saturday. It is currently 6:02. I'm so glad we got it started on time because you already know that your girl is all about timing. And I don't like to let none of y'all down. I like to let you wait. And this you don't want to miss out on. You're not going to want to miss out on. Get your popcorn, get your drinks, sit your butts down, and pay attention. All right, so today, the weather is looking pretty good in the state of Florida. It is gorgeous. It's awesome. It's fabulous. If you haven't been out to walk in it, definitely go out and walk. It's perfect. It's not too cold. It's jacket weather. We're in jacket weather, everybody, okay? All right. So get out there, go for a walk. Don't stay inside the house. It's not good for you. But when the show starts, that's when you sit your butt down, and I don't care where you are. You can be in the park, whip out your phone, turn on the show, and tune in, okay? This is how we get down. All right, we have an awesome guest today. We're interviewing Emilio. Let's welcome him to the stage. Thank you so much for showing up to the show today.
See, I'm doing it too. My bad, I'm doing it too. How you doing, Lily? How's it going?
Hey, how you doing? It's going good. You know how technology can be. We talked about it behind stage. Oh my gosh.
Absolutely. Well, my name is. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Don't tell us where we can find you on all social media platforms, please.
I tried to make it easy and, very simple, very easy. On all social media, if you just search Bad Side Records, it should pull up me. Just Bad Side Records on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. All social media is at Bad Side Records.
That's awesome. How long have you, I'm going to jump right into the questions. How long have you been doing music and dancing and writing?
I would say those are like 3 different times. Music, probably since I was 4 years old, I've been singing. And then dancing came a little bit after that. And then songwriting came a little bit after that. So legitimately, like being paid in the industry, I would say since about 19 years old. But before, I was doing it before that. So I ended up getting signed to a talent agency when I was 19, going on 20 years old. It was Integrity Talent Management. It is now called Denise Carroll Models, run by Ashley Luxembourg. She was my agent, and she represented me, and she got me into movies, television shows, commercials, which in turn paid for all of my music.
Wow. And so with writing, when you go into write, what exactly is your motivation before you even start to write? What gets you motivated the most?
There has to be something going on for me to write. It can't just be like I came into the studio, sat down, picked up a pen, and said, I'm going to write. Something has to have either gone on, or I've had to have specifically gone through something. Something has to kind of like light that flame for me to go in and start writing and creating. And sadly, most of the time it's traumatic experiences or experiences that other people, you know, probably wouldn't be able to handle. And that in turn, you know, has me come into the studio and create the songs that I create. Some of them are happy, some of them are sad, some of them are devastating, and some of them are, you know, lighthearted fun, don't give a damn, excuse my language. Yeah, it just depends on what the mood is, what mood I'm in, or what mood someone else has put me in. And I will be in the studio either writing a love song, a ballad, or, you know, a song to clap back at somebody. So it all just depends.
Right. Now, do you ever experience writer's block?
Yes. I experienced writer's block through the whole pandemic. Even being when we shut down, I had just moved to South Florida right before the pandemic hit. And then when everything kind of went to a standstill and shut down, I experienced the biggest writer's block I have ever experienced in my life. I wasn't allowed to leave the house. We weren't going anywhere. We weren't doing anything. I wasn't experiencing anything. So there wasn't anything in me that felt the need to create. And I just kind of like was idle and just floating along with the wave instead of creating. It kind of like blocked me from being able to do that.
You know, that's a song right there, what you just mentioned. That's a beautiful song topic right there.
Absolutely.
You know, feeling confined, feeling like you can't breathe, like you can't, there's no movement. That's a beautiful poetic song that you can be inspired to write. Because that way,
write that down.
That way you can say, you know what, I didn't lose anything in 2020. I found a treasure that I didn't realize was there, a treasure in my solitude, something that, you know, because not everybody knows what that feels like, to feel confined, to feel what you were feeling, how you were experiencing, you know, not being able to go out and get motivated with what's out there in the world, but having to be stuck and stagnant. You experienced it different. Share that.
Absolutely. That's definitely a good point. That's something that I've already got a song in the works for, but we're not gonna spoil it.
We got surprises. We got surprises too. Yeah, I love surprises.
Yes.
Oh, what's your zodiac sign? Tell our viewers.
I am a Cancer, July 11th.
Oh wow, July 11th. A lot of stuff happening in July. I tell you, a lot of like action and parties. I feel like July is a party month.
Oh, most definitely is. We got 4th of July.
Yeah, the 4th of July, your birthday, and then getting ready for August. Great stuff. What was your last live performance?
Oh, the last live performance.
You know, I know, but they don't.
Well, actually, there was one after that.
All right. Okay. Well, sure.
Yeah. We were. I got my DJ looking at me right now with like eyes like. We traveled to. I'm gonna probably butcher the name. We traveled to Wamamu, Florida, to headline a Christmas festival. So I was out there for 3 days performing. It was a string of shows, including the one that I saw you in Ocala, Florida. So there was like 6 shows back to back. Like every week I had a show, and we have a behind the scenes video coming out with all of the shows in one like video, so that way people can see relatively what it takes to be an artist who's not only just writing your own music and creating your own music and performing your own music, but also going and touring and doing festivals, music festivals and fairs. So it's a little bit different when every time I do one performance, I have another one coming up either that following week or the week after that. So it's like as soon as I finish one performance, it's right on to the next performance. And we're, like I said, we just wrapped up the Christmas show, and we're already in rehearsals now for the South Florida Fair on January 17th at 5:30 in South Florida, West Palm Beach. So it's just, the shows have been coming constantly lately. Not that I'm complaining, because there was a time a couple years ago where I probably had like 1 or 2 shows a year. to where now there's a show almost every week or every other week. So, I mean, I'm very blessed and very thankful for that. But yeah.
Yes, it is a blessing, and blessings to you again. Happy New Year to everybody that is on your team, your biggest supporters. Shout out to them. Um,
Yes.
what have you noticed about singing that was challenging for you while you're dancing?
Breathing, taking a damn breath. Like, no lie. Like, it was, I can sing on my own and then I can go and dance on my own. But when I merged the two together, I was like, oh, I really put my foot in my mouth. Because now when I did it one time, now it was like every show has to be like that. Every show has to be better than the last show. So now I'm not going to do a show without having my backup dancers or without me doing some kind of, dancing when I'm out there at the music festivals or at the fairs. It's mandatory at Bad Side Records. It's definitely mandatory for me to have backup dancers and stage props and taking it to a level that other people who are artists here in South Florida probably wouldn't take it to.
Right. I'd have to say, it's nice when you network and you meet other artists when you're at these venues, right?
Yes. Not
Can
all the
you
time,
say,
but yes, most of the time.
not all the time? How has that experience been for you, networking or meeting other artists that are out there? Do they all come like with open arms? Has it been a positive experience all the time, or a certain percent that you can give me?
uh,
Maybe a 20 out of a 10, a 20 out of 100, excuse me.
I'll say this. Not every experience has been bad. I just feel like when I first started making my rounds in the South Florida area and I was the new guy to them, it was, everybody on my side. Yeah, we love Emilio, this, that, and the third. And now that I'm going places and then I'm in rooms that they're not in, it's kind of turned more into, oh, F that guy, which I'm totally fine with because people are going to love you, people are going to hate you. That's part of being in this business and being in the entertainment industry.
So
One minute everyone can love you and then the next minute everyone can hate you.
it's a when you pose as a threat to them, which you really don't. I mean, as artists, we're meant to collaborate, work together. And I think that's the beautiful thing about when you see other artists collaborate, working together, something beautiful happens. Art. I thought that's the whole point is art.
Oh, it definitely is. But when you have egos involved and obviously
Yeah.
contracts and contractual agreements and
Mhm.
legalities in play, things could sometimes take a ugly turn. And you could get a bad reputation. I'm definitely somebody that I work really hard and I rehearse and I rehearse and I
It
try to have
shows. It
perfection.
shows. I'm
And
a
some
witness.
people don't like that.
No, I'm a witness. Definitely shows. Um, oh, I'm a witness, and so is my family. We got to see your wonderful performance at the Villages Got Talent. We get to see all the hard work that you put in. I got to see the behind the scenes. I got to see, how timing was everything.
We
The
were up
timing.
there running the
Yeah,
choreo while the show was getting ready to start. And we're up there 5, 6, 7,
yeah.
8, like it's that's me at all times. I'm just, even when I know I'm ready, I'm still doing it again to make sure I'm ready.
And the thing is that that's a beautiful thing because you're doing that for the people. You're doing that to put smiles on their faces. You're putting your
Yes.
heart into it. That's supposed to be something that people take from that. The passion
Yes.
that you have for your craft, the seriousness is there.
Absolutely.
People want that. That's how you show them that you love them. That's how you show them that you care. You're doing all that to make sure that you put on a beautiful show for them.
Absolutely. That's what it's for. At the end of the day, the other performers that may see me, they may dislike me. I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for the people that come out to see me.
Right. Right.
As long as they're happy, I'm happy. Anyone who dislikes me because I'm giving it my all and giving it 1,000% and trying to be better than I was the last time my foot hit the stage, then that's something deep rooted within you that you need to figure out. And I'm going to continue moving forward and, creating the best shows possible for the people that love to come out and see me.
And I thank you so much for doing that. It also shows how much you respect the venue that you're performing at. it shows how much you respect the other people that, spent their time putting the stage together, putting everything together for you. So that's showing people respecting each other. And that's important. I think
Absolutely.
that, like you said, egos can get in the way, and really, like, it blocks their blessings
Yeah. And
because
I'm not
they're
going to act like I wasn't like that when I was younger, because joining, a talent agency, and you see that the only people getting any kind of attention are the ones that are booking jobs, you kind of turn into this person that's like, I got to have that gig. I got to have. But by the time I was 24, 25, I was like, it's not fun, doing music like this. It's not fun, you know, feeling like every time you walk in a room, there's like some competitiveness to it instead of doing it for the love of it like I did before I was signed.
right. I think, and because that when you don't want to lose that, you don't want to lose the joy when music starts to feel more like a job. Then it's just you lose the energy to do it. You need passion to do what you do and to
Yes,
do it for the rest of your life.
absolutely. I agree. There's no passion
Exactly.
behind it. Why are you doing it? You really got to love
Exactly.
this, because you, of all people, know when you travel and you're traveling. I've been almost everywhere in Florida just in the month of December performing. Like,
Hmm.
you're on the road, you're in cars, you're lack of sleep, you still got to work your full-time job. You know, you really got to love this to do this.
Yes, exactly. Question: does it ever get easy? Like, do you always find yourself getting still nervous, like it's the first time, or you've passed it? You're like, no, I don't get nervous anymore.
No, anybody that says that they don't get nervous, there's something wrong with them. Because even I could know 1000% that I'm ready to perform, and I'm still gonna get those kind of like butterflies in my stomach, the anxiety, hearing everybody out there waiting. It creates a lot of tension, and I just try to trick my mind, I guess, in a sense, because I,
Mhm.
I feel like, fear and excitement are the same feeling. It's just whatever it is your mind is telling you you're feeling at that time. And if I can just tell myself you're not nervous, you're just excited, it'll go away. But the second I touch the stage, 20 seconds into the song, it's like I'm somebody completely different. I'm not gonna lie. So it's like a switch goes off, and there is no nerves. As soon as the music starts and the show goes, I'm just
You've
focused on
you've been
delivering a good performance.
you've been fed the right amount of like hype and energy to be able to get on stage to perform.
Oh, there you
So
are.
you still get nervous. You know, let everybody know how human you are. They forget, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They do. I do. I still get nervous, and the bigger the crowd, the bigger the nerves. And you know
Right.
what's actually funny? I think too, the smaller the crowd. Like, if I walk into a place, not that it's a problem because there's no stage too big or small, but if I walk into a place and there's only like 15 people there, that's more nerve wracking than 300 people, because those 15 people, they're right there,
Right there.
versus a bunch of people you got to give your
Mhm.
attention to. And I can move around the stage and, work the crowd. Whereas I just got 15, it's like, okay, all eyes on me right now. Like, they really gonna judge it.
It's true. I have to agree with that. Have you ever performed at a venue that did not have a stage, but you just had the floor?
Yes.
And then yes, and did you have dancers then too?
Yes, actually, we just did that. Yeah, the Christmas show.
Oh,
We
look
just
at that!
we just did that. It was actually so Bad Side Records is giving back, so we went to a retirement facility, an assisted living facility, and we put on the Christmas show that we were doing for Wamamu, Florida. We did the same show for the residents there, and it was in their cafeteria, so it was just the floor. But we went through the
Oh,
whole show singing all of the Christmas songs and rocking out with everybody, and they loved it, and they want us back next year.
oh, that's beautiful. That's awesome. I don't want to miss that. So please keep me informed
I
so
will.
I can stay on top of your story and find and your schedule. You have a lot going on in 2026. I'm pretty sure
Yes.
you want to share some what new music you have coming out.
I've been working on a few songs that I've been wanting to release, but they're being released on kind of like a time frame, because
Mm,
it's two different two different LPs that I've been working on. One is for one event coming up, and one is personally for like me and my artistry. I don't want to give too much information away because I haven't told anybody, like not even my DJ has heard the new songs at all yet, because they're not done. I'm a perfectionist. I don't like people hearing anything until it's finished. And sometimes it could never be finished. Like there are songs that I have that are not done because I just won't put them out.
I completely understand. I relate.
Absolutely.
So, what is your favorite genre to tackle?
Pop. To tackle? My favorite genre is pop, but like any challenging song, no matter what genre it is, unless it's like really like heavy metal rock and roll, I'll take a shot at anything outside of like that, or screamo, like because I don't have the vocals to scream like that. But
right. What about something a little bit slower, like salsa or R&B?
R&B, yes. Salsa, I don't think I've ever done anything in that realm. It's definitely something to look into, especially because of my heritage. I grew up on pop and R&B and hip hop.
But like you can mix it, like have like a dance break in between. It's like a little moment of salsa, like, and then switch right back to the fast.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then since you have the dancers, and you have beautiful dancers. I've seen all of them, and then you can just grab one. And then they just do a quick dance break, right? Salsa, dip, and then both on the sides and start going back into it, Oh, yes. God, there we go. Planning stuff. I'm sorry. I'm right. I'm full with so many ideas. That's what I love to do. I love to talk about shows. I love to talk about art. I love to talk about music. So I've seen what you mentioned when people have other artists can kind of like, they have lost the joy in doing it. I'm like, dude, come on. Like if you work together, then you get something more out of it.
Absolutely. It's easier to work with other people. But let me say this about that though, because there was about 2 or 3 months ago on TikTok, there was a producer who was like, oh, you got to work with people in order to make it in this business, which that I understand. But there are people, I would say, that maybe are like me, who are very cautious about working with other people because if they don't have the same drive as you, they're not going to work as hard as you, and they're not going to put in the same effort as you. And then if it doesn't work out, you're dragging dead weight. Or then there's the ones that want to work with you and then want to steal the song or steal the beat. And, oh, you didn't have me under contract, so there's nothing you can do. I've been up and down and through it in my career that I just don't have time.
You see why
with anyone.
So you're a witness that there's a million reasons why a person would not want, I'm just going to say an example. Like when Nicki Minaj had turned down a lot of people to work with, makes you wonder a little bit, right? What were her reasons? You just listed a whole sheet of reasons.
So I've been through them.
Yeah. But we see her working with people now a lot more often. I'm sorry about my camera. We've seen her working with a lot of people more often. And then, I'm pretty sure that's going to be too. You're going to probably find a group where, it's one of those things where you're like, okay, it works well with this. Once you find something that works, you stick with it.
Right? Oh yeah. I definitely, I built my team that works with me with Bad Side Records. Like I'm the owner, CEO, it all belongs to me, but I brought in people to work with me. People that didn't have, an ulterior motive or an agenda behind what they were doing. People that believed in me and what I was doing and the shows that I was creating and still are creating out here in South Florida, like Give Me the Mic and all the events that we do. They believe in what I'm doing and they're willing to go the extra mile like me. So I've built a team for myself. I just am very cautious about bringing other people in who might tear apart that team that I've taken so long to build.
That you built, yeah. And rightfully so, because it's not just a personal thing, it is a business aspect. So everything that you're doing it beautifully, and I commend you. I'm proud of you. blessings to you and everything that you're doing, all the hard work that you're putting in with your team. Again, shout out to everybody because that really takes it. People don't know it takes a team to make a dream work.
Absolutely. And it took me a while to figure that out. I'm guilty of that too. But when
At
I
least you're
said, okay,
honest.
yeah,
At least you're honest.
I've been there. I've learned
We're
from my
only
mistakes.
human. We're not perfect. We're only human.
Yeah, I'm just very, very cautious because I've been down that road, done that. I've been quote unquote signed to a label, dropped to a label, offered from a label, and rejected by a label. Opened my own record label just to be able to do music my way. So like I've been down those roads. I know what they entail. I know the risk that comes with it, and I feel safer with the team that I have built around Bad Side Records to take everything to the next level. At this
And you know your worth. So with everything that that's growth. Everything that you just described as somebody that has grown, and you know your worth. And I have this saying that when when any not when anybody is not opening doors for you, just build your own door and walk through it yourself. That's how I see it. Because you know your worth, you know what you're capable of. And just because others haven't seen it yet or they can't see it at all doesn't mean that you stop what you're doing. You keep going and you keep pushing and striving. Because your journey is meant to look like your journey, not like someone else's. So
absolutely.
how hard has it been for you to live in that truth in knowing this is what I'm worth and not giving in to, oh well, you need to sign to this huge major label? Like what has been the most tasking thing to keep that together?
There's at least 2 to 3 answers to that question.
Do
It's
them all.
I would just say in general, it's tough to be a person who knows that they don't fit in around the people they're around. It's tough to be that person that sees this vision in their mind of who they want to be and who they're gonna be, and then everyone else around them doesn't see it. It's the whole thing is taxing. The whole thing. Being an artist is not easy. You have to have thick skin, a strong backbone. You have to be able to put your foot down, mean what you say what you mean. You have to be able to be nice to everybody, also be stern enough to get everything done. I do DMX lighting for every stage, build every stage for every show that I do, my sound, my equipment, I own it all. And that kind of turned a lot of people against me because I don't have to call anybody to
Mm-hmm.
help me. I own all of it. All I
Right.
need is a building. And people
That's
don't
it.
like that.
You
But
need your
that was
facility.
because,
That
yeah,
yeah.
I just need my venue. But the thing is y'all made me that way when I first
Yeah.
came out here, and no one wanted to let me on their stage. No one wanted me to sing at their bar. Nobody wanted me on out here at all. Because I came from St. Augustine, Florida, where I was popping out there, and then I come out here and I'm a nobody.
They
So
brought out the
since
beast.
they brought out the beast, because if you're not going to help me, I'm
Right.
going to find a way to get it myself. And then when I get there and you look to me for help, I'm going to give you exactly what you gave me.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
now I don't have to call nobody. I record my
I
own
love what
music,
you
I
just said.
produce it, I
I
make
love
my own
everything that you're saying.
stages.
I love it. It's so inspiring. I love everything that you're saying.
Just because someone
What
says no doesn't mean that you can't do it yourself. Yes, it would be
that's
easier if people were helpful, but just
yeah.
because people don't help you doesn't mean you can't do it on your own. Yes, I had to spend a lot of money to amass my studio and all of my equipment to do my own shows, but I'm at that point, and now I'm getting called to drive halfway across the state to do a show. When 2 years ago, nobody even knew my name.
I gotta it makes me wonder, has anybody ever called you controlling?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And what do you say to them?
I am controlling over my dream. It's my dream, not yours. It's my life. It's my name on the line. I have every right to be controlling. If you're not here to help me further that dream, then get out the way.
I love your attitude. I love it. I love it so very much. Oh my gosh. I really I shout out to my daughter. Um shout out to my daughter because I really wanted her to hear what you said. She could just watch the replay. It's just what you just said is very empowering, especially to people who are, very little and they're watching you up on stage with all the beautiful lights. You know, that's the kind of encouragement and inspiration that they need. They need to hear words like that. And it's okay, you know, because you know how a lot of people have probably tried to bring you down and say, "Oh, you're coming off as arrogant, or you're coming off controlling, you're coming off this and that."
Can I,
Right?
DJ,
Yeah.
DJ Vanity, can I spill some tea?
Oh, spill the tea.
So that happened at that show. Am I allowed to say this? I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble if I say this.
Yeah, and trust me, you'll be fine. I promise.
Okay.
No names.
So
Names.
Well, yeah.
I'm not gonna say no names, but some people or someone at the show that we did together decided to tell me that I needed to change my choreo if I wanted to win, and that if I didn't change my choreo, it would hinder them from calling me back to be hired for any future things that they have going on.
And it offended them.
Apparently it offended them. I don't know. But I was like, fuck that. We're gonna do what we want.
I'm so
I'm
glad
not
that you
changing.
did that. You know what? You did the right thing. And can I say something? I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay.
I had a little experience of my own.
Did you that day?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, first of all, I ate a sandwich that was on the floor and nobody told me. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was backstage and I ate a sandwich that there was all these little sandwich wraps. They were on the counter. I didn't know anything had fallen on the floor. Apparently it was ordered from Publix. It fell on the floor and I was in the email that we received, it says that we can help ourselves to the sandwiches.
Yeah.
So I did. And when I did, one of the staff had said to me, she's like, "You weren't supposed to eat that." And I'm like, "Well, in the email it says we could." It fell on the floor. And I'm like, "Well, why is it in the trash instead of on top of the counter?" And so instead of saying, apologizing to me, like, appropriately and saying, "I'm so sorry that I didn't get to it. I'm sorry I didn't put a note or something."
Or throw it in the trash.
Just throw it in the trash. If it fell on the floor, why is it on the counter in the kitchen? And it just didn't make. And then it was like she made it like it was my fault that I touched the sandwich. Like, well, that serves you right for touching the sandwich. I'm like, but it says it in the email that we could touch the sandwich.
We walked by as that was happening. We didn't know that was you. We had just got up to the second floor and I was putting my stuff behind the
That was me.
curtain.
I was the one that ate the sandwich, and they were dogging on me.
I didn't know it. I didn't hear the part about it falling on the floor. I just knew I had heard something about, "Oh, you're not supposed to eat that." And she was like, "Weren't they supposed to feed us?" I was like, "Yeah." And I told her, "Yeah." I told DJ Vanity, "Yeah." And I was like, "But that's why I don't touch none of the food when I come to these, gigs. I just be bringing my own stuff."
You should eat one with nuts in it.
Oh yeah.
And then on top of it, we weren't even allowed to touch the food that they did bring out, which was mostly like sweets and chips and whatever, until the drinks came out. I'm like, yeah, but we're as artists and performers, we're timing it. And when you're ready, we need to be already digested our food. We can't eat.
I was going to ask, can I ask that question real quick? Because you perform as well. I don't eat probably 7 hours, 6-7 hours prior to a performance. Because I don't want to feel heavy and sluggish and tired, you know what I mean? And I also don't want to, have a bad moment and throw up on stage, because that's one of my worst fears. I don't want that. But I don't eat before performances, but I'll eat after the show's done and I've, gone off and done my own thing.
Yeah, me, I have to, otherwise I'll faint. I'm borderline diabetic, but not fully.
Oh, okay.
So I have to have something to just hold me. That's why I was just having chips, and then they said, "Well, you could eat now." I'm like, "No, because I needed. This is the time to digest my food." So I have my own schedule that works with my health, and in regards to the performance, yeah, I took advice, and I wish I did like you. I wish I stood in my truth And I went and I did exactly what I knew was going to work for me, being that I was in a long dress and heels.
Yeah.
The Whitney Houston song. Whitney's not walking. She's standing there.
She's a diva.
She's standing. And it's not even so much the diva, it's that you, with those notes and the breathing involved, you don't walk. You stand still and you let a video behind you do the work. But because I took advice and I was trying to show that I was very cooperative, I went, and that's the thing. I was, if I came off that way, like what you mentioned, I don't think anybody would like me very much. And I think it's because I'm a Sagittarius, and so people just like to bully me. But what happens is, like, the way I started was not the way I wanted. I took advice. It was good advice. I knew it wasn't going to work for me because it was going to affect my breathing. And also with heels and a long dress, I'm like, sweetheart, that's not going to work. So I did explain to the one person, and she's awesome. I love her. But, her man, he has what he wants for his show. Love yous.
There's no hate. No hate. But from a performer, because we have been doing this long, we know what works for us. I did take a chance. I did walk. I knew it wasn't going to work for me. I just knew it. And I know what, again, it's all personal. You know what works for you, what doesn't. If you've ever been, here's a perfect question. Have you ever been in an accident? Like, have you ever had an accident on stage, let's per se? Only one time, actually. It's only been one time, and it wasn't even for my performance. It was, it was my performance, but it wasn't my solo performance. I used to dance on a dance team called District 561, and I performed with them at the South Florida Fair on the dance team way before I ever got the opportunity to be an artist on the stage at the South Florida Fair. And we did some move where we had to get down to the ground, and my pants had just split right down the middle. Somebody sent me a picture of my face because I was just like, and then I covered it, and then I spent the rest of the time just dancing, holding my pants closed.
So cute.
But that's the only time it ever happened. I chose the wrong day to wear bright gray underwear. And I believe my roommates and friends were sitting right in the front row when it happened. So.
Oh my gosh.
So
there's my daughter. Look. Woo! There's my daughter right now.
But yeah.
Could you rewind what you said? Jossie, are you still there, baby? Okay, she's still here. She's laughing because of the story. Would you please mention what you had said about when people have said that you're bossy, or that they feel like you're just taking control and not taking accountability, or however? What would you say to people like that? I'm gonna make you big because this is a very impactful moment. It's good advice.
When dealing with people like that, a lot of the times, like, what is wrong with an artist having control of what they're doing in the first place is the bigger question. Like, why do we get judged being artists and having this kind of attitude, like, this is what we want and this is how we want it? Now, if you're doing it in a way that's like you're demeaning somebody or you're belittling somebody to get the job done, then that I totally understand. But me, not being so emotional, very stern-faced, being like, we need to do this, we got to do this, we got to do this. No, I don't want that. That's not how the show is going to go. We're doing this. That is me taking control of my future. That is me taking control of my performance. And I believe I have every right to do that. But then you run into people, like you said, that want to come in and change things and say, oh, I think you should do it this way, or maybe you should try it this way. And correct me if I'm wrong, I don't remember anybody in that building from that show being in that rehearsal studio with me and my dancers for that performance. So you don't have a leg to stand on to tell me that I should do this or I should do that. Because if I, as an artist, put this performance together for you, this is how it's going to be. And if you have a problem with that, then that's a problem that you need to deal with on your own and in yourself. The same thing, like you just said, what happened to you. Someone told you to change your performance right before you went on stage, and you don't like the way that it turned out because it was not what you had rehearsed and planned out. I'm not going to let someone put me in that position. if I have to change my performance or stop my performance because you think it should be something different, then I'll just take my performance to people who appreciate it and people who will enjoy it.
Right.
When you're doing anything, whether it is being an artist, a painter, you know, an architect, a doctor, you're going to have people along the way that are going to rebel against what you're doing. They're going to tell you that it's impossible. They're going to say that you should try something else, or this isn't, you know, good enough. And you got to cut out all that noise and don't listen to what they're doing, because if you're hearing it in here and you're hearing it in here, then it is something you're supposed to be doing. If I want advice about dancing, I'm going to go to a choreographer. I'm not going to go to a doctor. I would go to a doctor on how to do surgery, not to a choreographer. So if that person isn't in music, doesn't do the entertainment world, isn't a singer, isn't a dancer, isn't a choreographer, isn't a producer, a songwriter, or anything in the niche that you're in, if they come and try to tell you what to do, don't listen to them, because they don't have a leg to stand on. You don't do what I do, just like I don't do what Lily does. And I don't do what DJ Vanity does. I'm a singer. I know what works for me. I know what's good for me. I know how to wow a crowd. I'm not taking advice from somebody who just met me 4 minutes ago.
Right. Oh, I love that. I need my sound effects, you know, like, yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. We got you.
I'll wait for it. I really love everything that you said, because, you know, we're now in 2026. It is year of the horse. We're a year of moving forward. Yeah.
Chinese New Year thingy.
Year of the what?
Horse.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. It's the
completely
Chinese
different.
background. See, anyways, we don't have to get into that. But like, that's when I'm admitting, and that's the thing when someone says, "Oh, you don't take accountability." I admit my faults. I admit that I should have stand firm and confident in knowing what would have worked for myself, like what you had done. And that's why it's especially amazing and important that someone like you went forward and not me, because I wasn't standing in my truth. I wasn't ready. I may have looked,
forward.
Nice.
I didn't get in.
Yeah, we did.
I'm sorry, but you did. I'm sorry. Forget what I said.
No, they didn't pick me. I didn't win.
They did.
No,
I
did not.
Did. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. You know what? Then like I said,
but
I know what we were dealing with.
It wasn't set. It wasn't set for me to win in the first place, right? Because I didn't know the audience was going to be mainly.
I know.
What's the nice word? Senior citizens.
Elderly.
I didn't know that it was going to be 65 and up. Like everyone in the seats. I did.
Well, they called me they called me quite often the month before, like almost all the time. I'm at my sister's and they're calling me and they're like, make sure you sing a song that you feel is going to make you go forward. You know, we believe in you, and I'm like, okay. And, and they were saying they were letting me know, I'm just letting you know, there's a lot of people that they're more elderly. So they're, so I had an idea of that there was going to be elderly, and I when I was there, my daughter, she had heard some folks say some not such nice things about her mama, and it made her claws come out, because that's her mommy on stage, and so
absolutely,
she's like, shut your mouth about my mama, and then,
but we get it all the time.
Yeah, I told her, I said, I'm quite used to it. They were like, oh, the goddess. Oh, get off stage. And I'm like, calm down. It's a name. It's
always the people that can't stand up there and do it, that always have something to say about someone else who is up there doing it. Don't feel bad, because when I turned around opening the show and saw all of those people, I'm like, I picked the wrong song to sing to this crowd. I picked the wrong song to sing to this crowd. No, it was fantastic.
No, I enjoyed it. I was so happy that you did that. I was so happy that he's like, I put the wrong song.
I swear, I was like, we looked at each other when we got there, and we saw, like, when we were on the second floor and you could see out the little window people coming in, and we saw the people that were coming in, we looked at each other. We're like, oh shit. I'm like,
No.
oh man. Oh well, this is what we're rehearsing. We got to go out there and do it.
Just, but people like energy. Just because people are older, they like performances with a lot of energy too.
No, when we sat there and all you heard was, "Are you ready for it?" Boom, and it was silent. I was like, oh, this is that moment I feared my whole life.
But also I'm used to performing in front of crowds, right? Where they don't make nothing. They don't make no noise, no nothing.
I am not used to that. The crowds that I perform in front of, they are loud. They are in it with you. They are jumping up and down. They are giving energy. That was the first time there was a room of like, I don't even know how many people were there. There was so many people. It was packed. It was sold out. But it was the first time it was silence. It's
an elderly thing. Trust me. I performed as Winifred Sanderson at an elderly community place. And they, as much as they enjoyed it, I didn't have anybody talking to me till I got done. So yeah, it's enough. Don't worry. You did fantastic. I enjoyed it. I was watching.
Show must go on.
The show must go on. And it's no surprise that cancers are so naturally funny because, God bless his soul, Robin Williams, he was a cancer.
R.I.P.
He was a cancer. But what we're going to do is I'm going to go to a commercial break, and then we're going to give you a minute to get your stage set up and ready and everything set to go.
Performance time. Let's get it. Yes.
All right, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, please stick around. We're going to check out some of Emilio's awesomeness. And, yep, I need you to remember that it's important that if you have any hopes and dreams to be doing what he's doing, pay attention to what he's saying because you might learn something. Okay, he's saying a lot of things that are very important for you to know. You have to have a thick skin. You have to have confidence in your truth and what you want to do. If you know how you want to perform, then baby, you do it. You do it just like that.
That's right.
Don't change it for nobody. All right, let's get that commercial break going. Welcome back, everybody. It's your girl, Lily the Goddess. This is FlawlessDreams Radio Show, where we interview so many different people, interviewing, artists that sing, dance, draw, act, entrepreneurs. It doesn't matter what you do. You're a fashion designer. I want to know more about you. I want to give you a chance to promote on my platform. And who knows, collaborations are always a possibility. So let's find out. Do we have a thumbs up from our awesome artist? All right, everybody, enjoy Emilio.
Hold on 1 second. I apologize.
I gotta say, the lights are awesome. They're fantastic. The hard work shows everything. This guy is no joke. He's got so much to offer everybody with his vocals. You haven't heard or seen anything yet. Let's get it ready. Let's go. Emilio, you ready?
1 second, sorry.
1 second, that's okay. You know what? Your background matches mine. I love that. Cohesiveness.
Yes, so sorry. We're not hooked up, apparently. We're ready now, though. My apologies, y'all.
All right.
Let's get it.
Let's get
it. Know that I don't need you. Can I be honest? Real honest. I really tried to wait for you. Why should I have to wait? Can I be honest? Real honest. Although I wish the best for you, I gotta see this through. Never would have known that I would be alone. After all that we did, still I can't seem to pick up the phone. How'd it go wrong? Now I gotta move on. Let's forget all the damage and heartache the second I'm gone. Hey, know that I don't need you. Can I be honest? Real honest. I tried to see the best in you, no matter what they'd say. Can I be honest? Real honest. I'm not the one excluding you. These plans were made for two. Never would have known that I would be alone. After all that we did, still I can't seem to pick up the phone. How'd it go wrong? Now I gotta move on. Let's forget all the damage and heartache the second I'm gone. Hey, know that I don't need you. Hey, know that I don't need you. Thank you.
Yay! Oh, I love those vocals. You sound very romantic.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, very romantical. I love the vocals. Yay!
Ooh,
yeah,
now
I
the
could
whole
definitely
studio's
hear
fogged
you
up.
do something like oh my gosh. I can hear you do something like a little bit of Spanish, even like te amo. Just say one thing, I promise you. It's like you don't have to
for you, I'll work on it.
You don't even have to say like a whole track in fluent Spanish. Now we could, people are doing English and a little bit of Spanish, a little bit of this. I mean, I've sung in different languages, 8 of them. French, wow. Yeah, French, Spanish, Japanese, Chinese. I'm still working on my K-pop. And because I've been doing R&B for years. I've been doing R&B, hip hop, and I rap. And so I getting a chance to work with different folks is important. That's why I thought that, a lot of I was going to be able to do there, but I completely had song change because I was guided to the song change, and now I know why they wanted me to do that song because of who was going to be there and what the subject was.
Oh yeah,
But even
because you
then, if
did.
I had known, I probably still would have chosen a different song because there's another song that was probably would have done. But it's okay. And also, I want to say this: I didn't know how the voting system worked, and now that I know,
You saw how they put me up on the screen, the hip hop artist. I'm like, that right there just took me out of the
I know,
competition.
I know there was a few things behind the scenes that was a little bit on the what's happening side. So
Yeah.
but you know what? I was told that some of the staff couldn't be fired because they were there as volunteers.
Yeah, you
So
can't fire somebody you're not paying. Like,
right,
hello.
exactly. Yeah, drats. But I would love, speak to who you never need to speak to. I would love an opportunity to collaborate with you. I think it would be a powerful and beautiful song that we could create. Um, and I'm very flexible. I'm like a mold of clay. You can mold me. As far as like, if like I said, I've mentioned I do different languages, and so whatever it is you need vocally from me, I aim to deliver. I love to challenge myself too. So I say, sorry for the eyes so much, but I'm really excited about you, and I really think that we can collaborate. So you just
Absolutely.
talk to your team,
Let's see what we can do.
and see if y'all think if it is a good idea business wise, because I do respect people's craft. I don't take it. That's the thing. My daughter says that I'm weird because but in a good way. She says you don't take it personally. She says that I don't take it personally that somebody doesn't choose me. I said, well, if they don't feel that I'm the right fit, then that's just what it is.
Yeah,
I could
it's a
still be a,
recipe.
yeah, it's a recipe. I'm like, if it's not the right recipe, then it just doesn't. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Um,
Not everybody
there's
you
a
meet and everybody that you can like a lot of artists, but doesn't
yeah,
mean that you would work well with every artist that you like. It's all about the timing. It's all about the music. It's all about the vibe in that moment.
right. Correct. I agree. I agree with all that. So just discuss it with the team and see if you feel that I'm a flavor to add to any of your recipes at a convenient time. And yeah, we'll see what
Absolutely. We'll have a meeting on that.
yeah, absolutely. Oh, let me tell you, you heard it here first on Flawless Dreams Radio Show, everybody. You know how I love to talk about collaboration possibilities. So every time I have a guest, we always talk about, hey, any chance of collaboration? And we're like, we're gonna have to see, we're gonna have to figure it out.
That's
Yeah, I
right.
love that. Give myself. Do you want to promote anything? Take this time to promote anything else that you have coming up.
I mean, at this time, we have so much, but I'll keep it short. We have a behind the scenes video coming out of all of the shows that I have done since September of this year, all the way to February of next year, ending with the South Florida Fair. I am in rehearsals right now for the South Florida Fair performance, which will be January 17th at 5:30 p.m. It is the second day that they're open, a Saturday. So if you're in the South Florida area, West Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, Lake Worth, Delray Beach, Boynton Beach, wherever you are, Wellington, come to the South Florida Fair, come see me perform for my second year in a row at the South Florida Fair. And I don't have a date yet, but my show, Give Me the Mic, will be back, which is something I need to speak to you about lately, but we'll do that another time. My show, Give Me the Mic, is an independent artist showcase, which allows artists who are writing their own music and creating their own sound to come out and perform for the audience here. We rent out the Lake Worth Playhouse, and you get the opportunity to come out and showcase your music and your artistry. And unlike other open, quote unquote, open mics, this isn't an open mic, so you can't just show up to the show and say, give me a microphone, let me show them. There are rehearsals. I do the lighting for each artist that is on the stage. Rehearsals are 2 months in advance. This is a showcase, not an open mic. And the best part about it is you don't have to pay to be a part of the showcase. You just have to have good music. But
I
other
love
than
that.
that's it.
Where can people purchase tickets? Is that information available for the show that's coming, that's in January?
For the South
month?
Florida Fair, it's just general admission into the fair. For Give Me the Mic, they will be selling tickets at the box office
Okay.
when the date comes in. And then you can also, I believe, order tickets on their website, the Lake Worth Playhouse, once the advertisement is up for the next show. Actually, let me grab my advertisement from the last show since we're promoting, so people know what I'm talking about. Rashi, come here, focus.
Yes, actually, yes. I believe that we have that.
Yep. Hold it 1 second. So this is my show, Give Me the Mic.
Yes.
And as you can see, I have QR codes on the page as well that they can scan and buy tickets. And this was just the one we did about 3 months ago, I believe. But
Okay.
yeah, so that's my personal show. When I first moved out here to South Florida, there was a bunch of open mics that were charging artists $50 for them to sing 1 or 2 of their songs, and if they wanted to sing 3 or 4, it was like $150 and all this stuff. And I'm like, how do you expect people to hear good music when all these Give Me the Mics, or not Give Me the Mics, all these open mics, all they're doing is charging artists to perform and then filling the audience with the artists that they charged to perform. So you're singing against performing for the people who are also performing there too. So it's just like to me, it's like a money scam. That's why any artist that comes and performs on Give Me the Mic, they're not charged to be a part of the show. They don't pay for a single thing. I pay for everything. I do all their lighting, I do all their sound, I do all the promo. All they have to do is have good music and come out and perform their ass off for my audience.
I think I have way too much in common. I think we have way too much in common. we have way too much in common. But yeah, I see also talents as far as acting. Have you done any acting?
Yes, I've been on.
Well, technically, you are acting. Like when you're on stage, you're in the, that's acting.
Yeah, but I've done actual legitimate acting. I haven't done it in a while. I think the last thing I did was in like 2017 or 18. Because again, it was my agent that convinced me to become an actor, so that way it would pay for the music equipment I needed to make my own studio to record my music. So I took her advice and I did that. But I acted in Graceland on Netflix, Bloodline on Netflix. I did the St. Vincent's Hospital commercial, the Florida Lottery commercial, the American Heart Association commercial, the Gate gas station commercial. I did that as well. I did Live by Night with Ben Affleck. I did Frank versus God with John Cusack's brother. There's so many that I've done. I did Ballers on HBO with Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I did a lot in that time, but it was because I was using the check that I was getting for acting as the income to put my music together. So I haven't done anything in a couple years. Maybe later on when I'm not able to tour and dance and sing as good as I am right now, then maybe I'll go back to acting. But right now it's on the back burner for me. I mean, obviously outside of my music videos and
Right. Well, you just might be, talking to a film director right now.
Oh, put me on.
Yes, I'm working on my first feature film this year, and I'm reaching out to a lot of artists. So when I met you, I was like, I gotta grab this guy. He's got such wonderful energy, wonderful vibe, wonderful presence. And I see that, I saw us working together, and there goes Jasamni throwing up the fire like, yes! So yeah, I mean, I think God is good, and there's so many possibilities for 2026. We have so much. Again, I'm flexible. I support everything that you're doing, and I say that truthfully and honestly, because knowing what it takes to do what you do and all the work that goes into it. Again, I wouldn't take anything personally. I've been doing this that long too myself to just know that you shouldn't take anything personally, because it's just part of how it goes. Putting
part
together,
of the journey.
Just part of how it goes. Do you happen to have a website or belong to IMDb?
I do. I have www.badsiderecords.com. That's where you can find all of my music. If you don't want to listen to it on Spotify or Apple Music, you can find even songs that aren't out on Spotify or Apple Music or on my website. We have merch coming soon. We have music videos, previous performances on there, a way to get in contact with me. We also have a little VIP section for people that want to become VIP members and have the possibility of winning free tickets to whatever events I may have going on at the time, in the login section. And it's just www.badsiderecords.com, or you can go to any of my social media profiles and hit the link and it'll bring up everything for you, wherever it is you want to view anything that I've done.
What kind of advice would you give somebody just starting? The first thing that they need
Strap
to do.
in. Advice for somebody just starting, honestly, it's be in it for the journey. There are very few people, very few Justin Biebers and Michael Jacksons in the world. There are very few prodigies that will come out at a very young age and just dominate the music industry. So for the rest of us, it takes work. You could be extremely talented, but if you're not putting in the work, then you're not going to go far. I work 60 hours a week, and then I come home and work on my dream. So I'm getting maybe 4 to 5 hours of sleep a night, but it's all worth it because I'm creating something and I'm getting it out of my system. So advice really for anyone that wants to be in this industry is don't expect it to go the way that you want it to, but expect greatness. It's not going to go according to plan, but if you stick with it and you keep headstrong and you keep moving forward, you'll realize that all the stuff you had to go through to get there was worth it. Because I'm at that point now. And I'm looking back to where I started when nobody would even let me on their stage. And I realize how far I've come. I realize how grateful I should be, and I am. But when I started out, I expected everything to be what I saw on television and being on the big stages. And it's nothing like that. It's hard work. It's going to drive you insane. You're always going to be creating. It's a never-ending process. There is no finish line. For me, at least, I will always be doing this. I will always be creating and always be making music and videos. And just get ready for the longest ride of your life.
Ride.
That's right. That's right.
Who was before we wrap this up? I wanted to cover some of the basic questions that I have in my notes. Who was your inspiration as far as music growing up?
I mean, everybody says Michael Jackson. It definitely was one, but I don't think I just had one specific person that inspired me. I grew up on a multitude of music. I grew up on Tim McGraw and Shania Twain. I grew up on Selena and Los Bookies. I grew up on Prince and Michael Jackson and NSYNC and Backstreet Boys and Britney Spears and Alanis Morissette and, Jules and Santana. So, I just had a mixture of music that it wasn't really a single person that inspired me. It was the music that inspired me, and hearing how different music came from so many different people. How one person would sing a song like this, but then another person would sing a song like this, and then that person would sing a song like this. So I've had a lot of inspiration in music.
You're like my twin. We have way too much in common. I love you. You're so well. That's how I can tell you're well-rounded. Is how I would say.
Yes.
As an artist, there's you just have a very wonderful and beautiful balance between, different genres, meshing them together, knowing how to do that. And that would explain why you do know how to do that, because you did grow up with such a diverse setting of genres, that you were listening to. You mentioned Alanis Morissette. I love her too.
Yes.
And I had kids when I was growing up looking at me strange because I didn't just listen to one genre. And they're like, well, I thought you liked hip hop. I'm like, I like music.
Oh.
I like music. I like music. Not hard.
No, that's what it is. I was just influenced by so many different genres and different varieties of music that now when I'm creating music, I have freedom to do what I want because I don't feel like I'm stuck in this box that, yes, I know technically I would be considered a pop artist, but I don't, in a sense, keep myself locked in that box of like, I can only do pop music.
Right.
Like I will mix and match and blend and try to create something you ain't never heard before. And that's the point.
That. God bless you. Have you ever been told that like to just focus on one thing? And then you're like, well, that one thing connects to this. Yeah.
It was focus on singing. And then it was because singing and dancing is too much. And then when I started singing and dancing, it was like focus on just singing instead of singing, dancing, and writing. And singing, dancing, writing, and producing. At the end of the day, it's just like, it's easier for me to just learn how to do it myself. So I am not dependent on somebody else. Even if I have to take a small 2-3 month break to learn something new. Like I learned how to play piano on my own. I learned how to produce my own music, record my own vocals the way that fits and works for me. Write my own songs. I don't have a team of writers. I'm writing this music myself. I'm making these instrumentals myself here in my studio.
And what would you say to a person that says to you, and this is, I'm asking some of these questions because I know some of these people in the comment section will appreciate this. What would you say to someone who says you have too much time on your hands?
Yeah.
I'd say they're full of shit because I don't have no time on my hands between 60 hours a week of work and then probably another 60 hours on my dreams.
I love you. And shout out to my queen over there in the back. Shout out. Jossie, did you hear that? You know, I think, and because you also mentioned TikTok, do you stream as well?
That's, I did try. I'm not going to lie. It's different streaming as far as like for me being an artist because, yeah, I could go there every single night on TikTok and just sing songs. But that's all it's ever going to be. It's way different me being in front of the people that live in the town that I live in or live in the city or state that I live in. And I can see them face to face and perform for them and feel that energy up close. So for me, I don't have a problem streaming. I just don't try to focus on streaming for music because you put me on a stage right now against someone who's been sitting in their office chair singing for TikTokers. And that person's not going to be able to keep up with me because when I'm on stage, we're moving, we're going. They're used to sitting stationary and just singing. And if they had to get up and do what I do, it's going to be difficult for them unless they started training on breathing because they're used to sitting down in a chair and just singing to people. I don't want to be the person that just sits on the phone, sits down in an office chair and just sings songs. That's a hobby. I'm trying to do this on a major level.
Is it also, would you say it's probably not business-wise, not a good idea to take, you know, as for you, to go into like TikTok and kind of mess with it, giving, you know, what kind of people come in and out of those places?
I don't see it beneficial to Bad Side Records at this point. If we were at a different level, now there will come a time where it's like, okay, yeah, now we need to do it. But we're not at that point where we need to be worrying about doing live streams or being live 24/7. I got to have time to create this music. I got to have time to work with my team. I got rehearsals, so I can't be live 24/7. And unfortunately, like other artists, I'm not comfortable live streaming my rehearsals or showing the process of
like Doja Cat, like you know how like Doja Cat, sometimes she was, you know, live streaming. Shout out to Doja Cat, live streaming, and you know, I guess, and it also has to do with, you know, scheduling. You know, maybe you'd only stream if you were to stream like maybe 15.
I had
30
to
minutes.
give up being on the dance team I was on because music got too busy, which again is not a complaint. I'm not complaining about it whatsoever. I'm very grateful, but I had to decide, am I going to work on my music career and take that to the next level like I had planned to do when I moved out here, or am I going to stay on this dance team? And as much as I love the dance team and I love District 561, I came out here to be an artist. I didn't come out here to be on a competitive dance team. So I had to make, you know, a decision that, you know, isn't the best decision because obviously I want to be there with my friends and the people that I call family. But I have to
I
dedicate
love
that
your
time to music.
presentation every time. You have like this consistency. I've seen it. You have in your, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but I had to add this before I forget my train of thought. You have a consistency that is so rare and beautiful. And you don't need to try. Please don't ever lose that.
I'm trying not to, because the world will try you. People will try you. I'm trying to just, just be myself, do my thing, love what I do, and I have no problems.
No, you are so strong. And I know that there's some people who actually don't like it when a person says you're so strong, but you are. And that's what the strength is seen. And I have to call it out. You have strength. Like I said, you did something that I didn't even do. And I own up to that. And God bless you. You are just, you're an inspiration.
Oh my God. Oh.
So please don't stop that, because there's so many people that need to hear your testimony. They need to hear this. And thank you
wait
so
till they
much
get the TMZ story.
You
have no idea.
Oh,
All this
I would love to bring them all on board, because their truth, their testimony, what they have to share. Hopefully, you're going to share this in a documentary someday, because I know it would be so powerful.
That's what we're working on. That's
that's
the
behind the scenes video
that's coming out.
Yes,
it's gonna separate.
Yes.
It's gonna focus on like the journey of being a performer and going from show to show, but it's also going to, it's also going to finally give everybody a deeper look into who I am as an artist. I don't like to get personal, and I think in this behind the scenes video is the first time that I'm actually going to get personal and really let people understand who I am and why I am the way that I am and why I create the music that I create.
I need my clapper. I need my clapper. Shout out to your beautiful DJ over there. I love you.
Love you too.
she got on the mic.
Yes.
Oh, tell the people where to follow you, DJ Vandy.
Yes, please. Please share your information.
You can find me on Instagram or Twitter or TikTok at Clowning Fool or Vanity Exclusives. Either one.
There we go.
All right.
But she's my personal DJ. She does my show, so don't think y'all snatch around here. She's on the Bad Side Records team, and that's where she's staying.
You're reluctant for
All right. Shout out to you, Queen. It's so good to be consistent. That's that consistency, and we love you for it. We're going to close out the show. You have mentioned where people can find you on all social media platforms, and the type of music that you make. It's very versatile. We have wonderful things to look forward to that you're going to be doing this year.
Absolutely.
And I know this is not the last time. It's the first, but it's not the last time that we're going to see you on Flawless Dreams Radio Show. We got to.
No, I'll be back, especially when that album drops.
Yes, we had some really good viewers here tonight. I mean, I love you all. Thank you so much. And I'm going to let you say a few quick last words to the audience and say ciao.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for having me, Lily the Goddess. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to be a part of what you have going on and interviewing me and letting other people in the world know who I am. I will have new music coming soon, so stay tuned to that. Again, on my social media accounts, you can follow me at Bad Side Records, or you can go to www.badsiderecords.com for more. And I'll see anybody that's showing up to the South Florida Fair. I'll see y'all soon, all right?
All right. And don't leave. I got to talk to you right after I close out the show, okay?
All right. I'll be here.
All right. Ciao, Emilio. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into the Flawless Dreams Radio Show. It's your girl, Lily the Goddess. I always keep you on your toes for who I'm going to bring up on here next. Definitely don't want to miss Emilio next time when he performs again on the Flawless Dreams Radio Show. We're going to get a chance to see some of his dancers, hopefully. I'm going to drag them out here because I need to see all their beautiful faces. So have a wonderful weekend and stay tuned to my next episode. Peace, everybody.